Some movies don't just entertain, they leave you speechless. Whether it's a shocking twist, mind-bending storytelling, or deep emotional impact, these films stick with you long after they're over. From gripping thrillers to unforgettable sci-fi and haunting dramas, here are 10 must-watch movies that will challenge your mind, break your heart, or simply blow you away. Let's dive into some of the most unforgettable films you'll ever experience. An underrated cyberpunk action thriller that delivers intense action and mind-blowing sci-fi concepts. Upgrade follows a man who, after being paralyzed in an attack, receives an AI implant that enhances his body beyond human capabilities. What starts as a revenge story quickly spirals into a dark and thrilling exploration of technology and free will. With brutal fight scenes, smart writing, and a jaw-dropping ending, Upgrade is a must-watch for sci-fi fans. A bleak yet deeply emotional story of survival in a dying world. The road follows a father and son as they navigate a post-apocalyptic wasteland, struggling to survive while holding on to their humanity. With stunning cinematography, a haunting atmosphere, and an unforgettable performance by Viggo Mortensen, the film captures the despair and hope of its source material. It's heartbreaking, raw, and profoundly moving. Time travel movies are often complicated, but Predestination takes it to another level. This film follows an agent tasked with preventing a crime before it happens. But as the story unfolds, it dives into one of the most shocking, mind-twisting paradoxes ever put on screen. With an ingenious script, gripping performances, and a story that will make you rethink everything, Predestination is one of the best time travel films of all time. You won't see the twist coming, and when it hits, it will leave you speechless. A dark, gripping mystery filled with secrets, murder, and one of the most compelling lead characters ever. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo follows journalist Mikael Blomkvist and hacker Lisbeth Salander as they investigate a 40-year-old missing person case that unravels into something far more sinister. Rooney Mara's performance as Lisbeth is unforgettable, fierce, intelligent, and deeply complex. Directed by David Fincher, the film is atmospheric, intense, and expertly crafted, keeping you on edge as the mystery unfolds. With its chilling cinematography, gripping suspense, and shocking revelations, this is a must-watch for fans of dark, psychological thrillers. A film that is as beautiful as it is heartbreaking. The Fall is a visually breathtaking fantasy film that follows a paralyzed stuntman who tells an imaginative, larger-than-life story to a young girl. The line between reality and fantasy begins to blur as the story unfolds, revealing the stuntman's own pain, regrets, and struggles. Shot in over 20 countries with stunning, real-world locations and no CGI, this movie is one of the most visually striking films ever made. But beyond the visuals, it's a deeply emotional film about storytelling, loss, and the power of imagination. Every scene feels like a painting come to life, making it a unique and unforgettable cinematic experience. A crime film like no other, Heat pits Al Pacino's relentless detective against Robert De Niro's master thief, creating one of the most intense showdowns in cinema history. The film follows a high-stakes cat-and-mouse game between law enforcement and a crew of highly skilled criminals, leading to one of the most realistic and breathtaking shootouts ever filmed. But Heat isn't just about action. It's about the complex lives of its characters, blurring the lines between right and wrong. Every decision, every conversation, and every action is driven by raw emotion and consequences. With a powerful script, unforgettable performances, and masterful direction by Michael Mann, Heat is a cinematic masterpiece that redefined the crime genre. If you love heist films, this is the gold standard. No action, no CGI, just brilliant storytelling that will blow your mind. The Man from Earth is one of the most thought-provoking sci-fi films ever made. The movie takes place in one room where a professor reveals to his colleagues that he has been alive for 14,000 years. As they question him, the conversation explores history, religion, evolution, and the nature of humanity. The film's low budget doesn't hold back its big ideas, making it a must-watch for anyone who loves deep, philosophical discussions. It challenges the viewer to question everything they believe about history and existence. If you're a fan of movies that rely on intellectual storytelling rather than special effects, this one will stay with you for years. How do you survive a night when your passenger is a killer? Collateral is a high-tension crime thriller starring Tom Cruise in a rare villainous role as Vincent, a cold-blooded hitman who forces a cab driver, played by Jamie Foxx, to drive him across Los Angeles as he eliminates his targets. The entire movie unfolds over the course of one intense night, with Vincent's calculated ruthlessness clashing against the desperate attempts of the cab driver to escape his deadly fate. Directed by Michael Mann, the film is a masterclass in suspense, character development, and action. The neon-lit streets of LA serve as a perfect backdrop for this fast-paced psychological battle of survival. With intense performances, stunning cinematography, and a gripping storyline, Collateral is a must-watch for fans of crime thrillers that keep you on edge from start to finish. You think you know where this movie is going, but you don't. Barbarian starts as a simple story. A woman arrives at her Airbnb late at night, only to find it double-booked with a stranger already staying there. But that's just the beginning. What starts as an awkward misunderstanding turns into one of the most unpredictable horror experiences in years. The film constantly shifts perspectives and defies horror movie cliches, keeping you in a state of constant unease. The deeper the mystery goes, the more terrifying it becomes. Without spoiling too much, Barbarian is a film best experienced with as little information as possible. Its creepy atmosphere, shocking twists, and unsettling sense of dread make it an unforgettable horror movie that will haunt you long after the credits roll. Magic is about deception, but what if the greatest trick is hidden in plain sight? The Prestige is a mind-bending film about two rival magicians, played by Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale, who will stop at nothing to outdo each other. Their obsession with crafting the ultimate illusion takes them down a dark path of secrecy, sacrifice, and obsession. Directed by Christopher Nolan, this film is filled with hidden clues and details that reward multiple viewings. Its non-linear storytelling, haunting atmosphere, and shocking final reveal make it one of the most unforgettable psychological thrillers ever made. Every scene, every clue, and every performance is meticulously crafted, leading to one of the best endings in film history. If you love movies that challenge your perception of reality, this one is a must-watch. Some movies entertain, but these will leave you speechless. From mind-bending thrillers to emotional masterpieces, each film on this list offers an unforgettable experience. If you love movies that challenge your mind, shock you with twists, or stay with you long after they end, then you don't want to miss this. Watch our full video on the top 10 unforgettable movies now, only on our channel.